Today it's master versus apprentice. Is it time for the changing of the guard, or does the old dog still have some life left in him? Tommy Searle is without doubt the greatest British motocross racer of his generation. He's won plenty of GPs and battled some of the greats. He's raced Supercross and lived the American dream, and along the way, he's without question become one of the most beloved and recognisable personalities in the sport. He's still racing and he's still winning, but the kids are definitely nipping at his heels. So does Tommy Searle have what it takes to fend them off and climb to the top of the Hot Laps leaderboard? His first hurdle today will be his own protege, his 17-year-old wonder kid of a teammate, Bam Bam Billy Askew. Today it's Young Gun versus Tommy Gun, but which of these two teammates will be going home as the top dog? Let's turn up the heat, drop the gates, it's time for Hot Laps. Welcome to Hot Laps, the show where every month we invite a different set of riders to come and show us what they're made of and lay down a fast lap. This is a battle for the ultimate bragging rights, so let's flame on and get started. In this episode we have two of the fastest riders in the nation going head to head. They will be fighting for the MX2 British Championship this season, but today it's all about the Hot Laps Challenge. And I've heard that Tommy has got a little surprise in store for young Billy. Before we get going though, let's just talk about the rules. Every rider will get 3 laps to set a heater, and we'll pick the fastest of those to throw on the board. The bikes used are the rider's choice, and the conditions are the conditions. A crossbox device will be used to record all of the lap times, and the rider at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the season will win the grand prize. Today we're going to go with experience before youth, so Tommy Searle will be hitting the track first. Let's do this. And as for that little surprise, those eagle-eared amongst you might have noticed already, this isn't the 250 that Tommy is racing this season. He's on a 450, ladies and gents. And the clock is on then. So Tommy Searle really needs no introduction. He's a 4-time British champion. 3 times he's been vice world champion. He's the 3rd most successful Briton in terms of GP wins, with 14 Grand Prix victories. Hanging off the bike there. Tommy opting to use the inside lines here then on the big 450. It's interesting to see. So it's interesting to see Tommy using different lines already to what we've seen in previous Hot Laps episodes. So I think Tommy will be building up his speed as he goes here. By the looks of things, he's just sizing up the track here on this opening lap. Mind you, he's still going pretty fast. And it's interesting to watch Tommy ride actually. We've got this drone view following him around the track. It's interesting to see how much he actually sits down on the bike. Almost at every opportunity he's sitting down on the machine, trying to get as much traction as possible. That's the first time we've seen one of our riders huck the big new jump here at DMP. That's the old tree jump. It's turned into this huge leap now. Into the paddock turn we go. And I think he's really going to drop the hammer now for this second lap. He sized up the track. He's worked out his lines. Let's go. Whoa, that was fast down there on the power all the way down the little step. And nailed that corner. Just watch Tommy's mid-corner speed. It is insane. Nice scrub. Inside line again here. He'll go inside to inside. Again, just look at that mid-corner speed. nice and smooth through the rollers. And I always say it, this is one of the most important corners on the track. Tommy's absolutely nailed it. That was so fast. Just using all of that horsepower on the big 450 through the middle of the turn.
How's he looking, Billy?
He's looking smooth and good on that 450, and hopefully he's not going to go around blow turns out for me and ruin it for me, but that's his, because he's a bit older, he's a bit cleverer like that.
Why did you pick the 450?
I think he just wanted an easier time. He knew he could go around smooth on a 450, whereas on a 250 you have to go flat out and get as much out of it as you can, so I think he just couldn't be bothered to hang it out on a 250.
Has been picture perfect on this lap. I haven't seen any mistakes, any little fumbles from him at all. He cuts down a bit lower on that berm. Probably the only corner that he's used an outside line, is it? Over the old tree jump. Over the tunnel jump. 2 turns left in the lap for Tommy Gunn. Has he done enough to make it to the top of the leaderboard? Has he done enough to beat his young teammate? He's into the final turn now. He powers it across the line. Has Tommy done enough?
Lap 2 was fast like. That was good though. Lap 2 I felt real good. What was the time?
You're not allowed to know.
Oh yeah. Forgot we're filming for a video. But no, I was happy with my lap 2. I can't really go much faster without the risk that I'm not willing to take. So I am on a 450 though today. Bill's on a 250, I'm on a 450. Got it a couple of days ago, ran it in at the night race in Reda, second day on it, and the bike feels amazing actually. Really pleasantly surprised, even better than when I rode it in America. So I'm happy with that, happy with the bike, happy with my time. If I get beat, then the better man's won.
And now it's time for young Billy to hit the track. They call him Bam Bam Billy Askew. He's aggressive, he's stylish, and he knows how to rev a bike. This is going to be fun, trust me when I say that. So if you are watching us overseas in North America or Australia or over in Europe or in South America, you might not know the name Billy Askew just yet. But he's one of our hottest prospects here in the UK. He's a British youth motocross champion and he's currently competing in the EMX 250 Championship. As always, we need to say a big thank you to our channel sponsors, Pewterline Motorcycle Oils, for supporting the Hot Lap show and helping us do what we do here on 999 Laser. Next time you need to stock up on oils, lubricants or cleaning products, be sure to check them out. I've left a link in the description down below. And just listen to the difference there. All out aggression from Billy Askew so far. Tommy Searle's opening lap was a bit of a sighting lap. Not so for Billy Askew. He is on it from the get-go here. And you can see he's using the outsides on the 250F. A nice scrub over the tabletop there. Just hanging it all out there. It's just the style that Billy is known for, and that's what makes him such an exciting racer to watch. Over the middle tabletop here, Billy going to the inside. That seems to be the predominant line today. We have seen riders use the outside line there previously. Oh, sand surfing before the big boot up. That is fun to watch. We do have a bit of drizzle out there today, a little bit of light rain. It's not affecting track conditions at all. It might affect goggles a little bit, but it's not going to slow these guys down, I'm sure of it. Into the penultimate turn goes Askew. He's about to complete his first lap of the Hot Laps Challenge. Has he done enough yet to dethrone Clarkey? Has he done enough to beat his teammate? He's going to try and step things up again here on lap 2. Oh, nailing that left-hander. Billy going wide here where Tommy went to the inside. And again, Billy's going to sweep around the outside where Tommy went to the inside there. So it's just interesting to look at the different line choices from the young'un and from the old dog. Let's see if Billy can nail this flat turn here. That's good. Coming over the central tabletop here at DMP. To the inside again on Evan. That bike to the moon. Sweeps around the outside again. Tommy's there having a look, having a watch as Billy sends the big booter. It's a fun jump to watch. 3 turns left in it now. What do you think, guys? Who's been fastest? Let us know your guesses in the comments down below.
What's that?
How's he doing?
It's fast.
So Billy's coming to complete his second lap here. The riders do get 3 chances to set a heater. Billy crosses the line to complete his second lap.
Really fast. We actually done a session before. Oh! He's not doing very well no more, look. Man down. We're going on an average, aren't we? Or best lap? How are we doing it? What? I thought it was average.
So that's all she wrote for Billy Askew then. He got 2 fast laps in the can. Let's see who won.
Joked, mate. Yeah, pretty happy. There's a little more I could have got, but... Oh, you reckon you had more in you? Yeah, but I'm pretty... He always says that. No. But yeah. I'm not sure if I've got it. I'm a little bit smoother, but I am on the 450. Bill's a little bit more aggressive, but that's what he has to do on that bike. He has to do that at the races as well, but I'm quite excited to see who the champ is. If he wins, then he definitely deserves it, because the 450 is a better bike around this track today in these conditions, because it's quite soft, it's quite deep, so my 450 power would help.
If you want to come and watch us film an episode of Hot Laps, you can do that by joining up to the DMP memberships. We'll be filming these episodes at the monthly DMP membership days. There's more information on screen and in the description down below. So we've got the one and only Tommy Searle on the show today. I've got some questions before we get into the lap time reveal. Tommy, you've been racing motorbikes for a very long time now, but I don't know if you know this. If you actually Google search Tommy Searle in the year 2025, Google doesn't say that you're a motorcycle racer, it says you're an internet personality. Did you know that, and is that what you feel like these days?
I probably do feel more like that, yeah. I mean, I love racing still, and everything still revolves around racing. I wake up in the morning and I sort of limp down the stairs because I'm sore, ankles hurt, knees hurt, and then I'm thinking, what do I do today to better myself still now when I go racing, whether it be training that day, whether it be what I eat in the morning, everything still revolves around racing, or my family first, and then a lot of my life, yeah, an internet personality now, the YouTube, I am busy with that, I'm trying to keep up with that, and I enjoy it.
Did you ever think you'd be still at it this deep into your career?
Yeah, did I think I'd still be racing after 20 years of turning pro? If you asked me 5 years ago when I retired from GPs, I expected to do 2, maybe 3 years at the British Championship level, and the goal was to try and make a bit of money there, and then I thought that'd probably be it. But being, like it says on Google, an internet personality, bit of YouTube, that's 100% extended my career, because it took the focus away solely from results to enjoying myself. I go to a track now, I get the camera out, have a bit of fun, and it makes me make an effort to have a bit of fun, to talk to people, to get out of my camper. Sometimes racing's quite a lonely, depressing place, without being too negative. And if it's not going right, it can all get on top of you and spiral, and it can be all you think about. So having this, the YouTube, and just being a little bit older, having my family helps. It takes the stress out of it, to be honest, yeah.
Before we jump into your racing career, let's talk about the YouTube. I joined you on a shoot a few weeks ago for one of your videos, and I could see that your enthusiasm for the whole kind of process, coming up with the idea, shooting it. Where did that come from? Because I don't know if it's fair to say you wasn't always the biggest media guy throughout the height of your racing career. So
I knew I had to do more than race if I wanted to continue to earn money from this sport. Unfortunately, just racing in the British Championship in England isn't enough to make a good living. So I knew I had to break out the box that we're put in as a racer, and it was the time to do it in my career, because I wasn't 100% focused on GPs. I didn't need to dedicate 3 training sessions a day to be at the top level in the world anymore. I took a step back from that, so it was the perfect time for me. My friend Ed, he helped me with it. He was filming everything to start, because I'd never picked up a camera in my life. Then he pushed me into it and said, look, you've got to do a bit on your own, like make an effort, please. So then I bought a camera, that process started. Then I started to film a little bit, and then he says, right, you've got to edit a little bit to know what to film. So then I started trying to edit. He helped me with that. Now he's took a step back because he's busy, and I think the novelty run out a little bit for Ed to just be running around after me, which I completely understand. He's got a family and a business with Kex, and he's busy, man, so you don't need to be wiping my arse, so to speak, on the daily. So then I got into it, and now I love it. Yeah, I do enjoy it. I think about what I'm trying to film. That video was one of my best videos I've had this year, and people loved you in it, and it was a good dynamic, so I do want you to do more, just to let you know. I've got some ideas coming up. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I am trying to do what I can.
So switching up to your racing then, like we said, you've been at this for a long time. You've raced all over the world. You've done Supercross, AMA Nationals, 4-time British champion, Arena Cross champion, helped end the Motocross of Nations podium drought for Team GB. There must have been some massive epic highs in that career. Are there any that really stick out for you?
There's been some very high highs and also some very low lows. My first ever win was at a British GP at Donington Park, and my first ever podium was at a British GP in Matterley Basin in 2006. And sorry, my GP win, if anything, the day at Matterley Basin when I went 1-1 and beat Jeffrey Hurlin. So if I was to put one race at the top, moment, yeah, it would be that moment.
For a lot of British motocross fans, that's at the top of their...
And also the way that championship was, it was so intense, the battle and the rivalry, the British fans, the Dutch fans.
I'll get into that. I think you'll be talking about 2012 for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm just cold and not feeling very well, but I got goosebumps. I'm either cold or it gave me goosebumps even talking about it.
You had the whole nation pretty much hating on Jeffrey Hurlin. Is that how you felt about him at that time?
Honestly, I didn't really hate him, no, not at the time. I was devastated if I got second. There was GPs when I remember being in the hire car crying on the way back to the airport, wondering what was up, because I had a bad day, and I can picture it right now, the day, leaving the track. And actually it was the following GP when I went 1-1 in England. So to do that at that point, yeah, that's what made it even more special.
And what's your relationship with Jeffrey like now?
Good, yeah. I actually really get along with Jeffrey now.
He's been in the vlogs, right?
Yeah, he's been in the vlogs. Do you know, when you race these people all the time and you have rivalries, when you stop racing, it's rare that the rivalries carry on. Yeah. Even at the very, very biggest of rivalries in the top names of the sport.
Yeah, because you've shared something together.
Yeah, like you have a lot in common with most racers, and although we don't spend much time with each other, you'll see him from race to race and you nod your head and you get a hello or how's the track. You don't actually say much. You're quite different people, but you have a similar interest.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets from your career? Anything that, if I could go back, I'd do this differently?
The only regret that come to mind straight away now, or there could be two, but I don't so much regret them, but there's two that would have changed the way my career went drastically, and everything leads to where I am now, the family, so I wouldn't go back and change it.
But you wonder what if?
Yeah, but what if it would have had a drastic change in my career, and that was, I went to America when I got second in the world for the second time. I was at the top of my game. I won their final GP of that year, going 1-1, and then I left to America. Tyler, who beat me that year, he also went to America. He was a lot older. I was only 18 at that point, and I was one of the fastest in the world.
Yeah. Did you know that he was going as well?
Not at that point, but he aged out of MX2, so he had to go MX1. Caroli had already made the decision to go MX1. He had aged out as well. So really, there was no one that could beat me at that point in the year. So if anything, I could be sat here with the World Championship, but I also could have had an injury. Like, nothing's right. You can't guarantee anything. But that would be quite interesting. But on paper, I should have been world champion quite convincingly the year after with how it all panned out. And then if there was another thing I would change, it was when I went from MX2 to MX1. I had offers from a lot of factory teams. I stayed where I was. They owed me money at the time. I had a good contract for the following year, and I thought what they was going to offer would have been very good, but circumstances changed within the team. The bloke who I liked and ran the team, he left through struggles, just family struggles, and the team sort of collapsed, and I was stuck there. So again, two choices that I made at the time that I was happy with, but I would have liked to have seen where it would have gone, because I think my MX1 career would have been different. I would have been on a different bike, different things happened, so it could have been different, even worse than what it was now. But it could have also been a little bit better.
You were a teenage sensation when you burst onto the scene, obviously, like we just said. And now, 20 years later, you're in a position where you're trying to help Billy be the next Tommy Searle. How cool is that for you?
It's very nice. It's nice to still be competitive. It's nice to still try and be able to help someone. It's nice to still be in racing. There's so many good things about it. Like I said before, I didn't expect to still be here, but I do like trying to help. I do want someone to be good and someone for the British public to support. I think we have great riders in the UK, and Billy, I really believe, we were just chatting down there, that he has everything it takes to be at the very top. I think something's got to click, and he needs to still understand the mentality it takes to be at the top. The mentality I had at Billy's age to the mentality he had is different.
Do you think that's why we haven't seen another Tommy Searle-like rider in the last?
I was very lucky with Jamie Dobb. He gave me a good guidance, and that's I've sort of tried to put in place for Billy. He trains with the same trainer that I trained with, Kirk Gibbons. I moved away from home and completely lived with Jamie Dobb, and every day I got told what to do to the hour. When I went to that race, I believed 100% that I'd ticked every single box. There was nothing that I didn't do. I finished every single moto. I slept at the right time. I ate the right food. There's obviously little things you could go back and change, but I was very structured thanks to Jamie Dobb and Kirk, because I didn't know anything at that time what I should do. My parents didn't know. They wasn't from a motocross background. There's still some of that mentality that Billy needs to get his head into and understand that that's the difference between the very, very top and the results that come in weekly, and the reason they come in. It's not a coincidence that there's riders that win. It's not all luck. And in my experience, to be mentally strong comes from ticking every box along the way. And then you go to the race and you have no doubt, and you seem to have luck.
Final question for you then, Tommy. It's something that you maybe get asked a lot, but how long are you going to keep going for? How many more seasons are left in the tank?
I do get asked that a lot, and I don't know. Like I said, I thought I'd be retired. I think it's going to take someone like Bill, who has every bit of skill and talent, to knock me off and stop me being able to win on a weekly basis and fight for wins. So when that time comes and I can't win anymore, or I just have enough. Some days I have enough. Today I've had a bit of I'm tired. I raced and then I coached, and then I had a rough night with the kids. They were up, so it does take its toll a little bit more. There's days where I do think, what am I doing when I wake up to go racing? But then at the end of the day...
But then when you're throwing uppo whips on the big tabletop, it's like,
I absolutely love it. So there's something in me that still keeps me up at night thinking about racing, wanting to be better. So the candle's not quite gone out just yet.
But no more Motocross of Nations?
No, I'm not doing Motocross of Nations. I'm not good enough. I don't put the time in, and I can't put the time in. That's one of the things. It's not that I don't want to, it's that my body can't anymore.
Right, Tommy, thanks for coming on the show. Let's get Billy in. Okay, boys, so how this works, I've got a few questions for both of you, and then we'll reveal the time. So, first of all, Tommy, Explain your ride today. Why did we see the 450 roll out the van and not the 250 that you're racing this year?
So today I'm on the 450. There's no real reason I'm on the 450. It wasn't specifically to try and beat Bill because I have an advantage. I just got that bike literally a couple of days ago. I'd done a race on it 2 nights ago and I enjoyed riding it, and I see the track was quite deep, hard work on a 250, like a lot of stress on the engine going flat out, and I thought it'd be a more enjoyable day today if I pulled the 450 out. I had it in the van and I really enjoyed it.
And Billy, were you on race bike, practice bike today?
Just a practice bike today, just with stock, just with an acrophobic exhaust.
Just give me your first answer when I say AMA or MXGP. Billy.
AMA.
Tommy.
To watch right now, I prefer watching the AMA because it's all a bit new. It's first round. I do enjoy watching that more.
What's your favourite track you've ever ridden?
My favourite track I've ever ridden, off the top of my head, the one that comes to mind is Redbud, purely because the dirt's good, it flows well. I had a podium there. That was my best race when I raced in America.
My favourite track's got to be probably Portugal Agueda. Good fun, big jumps, can do some nice whips and stuff. It's good fun.
Now this question will be interesting because we've got 2 different generations here. We worked out this morning that you'd won a GP before Billy was even born. So give us your Mount Rushmore of motocross, so like your 4 favourite riders of all time.
It would have to be Jeffrey Erlins, Ken Roxon, Stefan Everts and Jet Lawrence.
So the 4 that would spring to mind with me would be Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, Stefan Everts, and my rider that I looked up to when I was young, and he actually beat me to the first British Championship. I lost by 1 point in 2006, my second year as a pro, is Carl Nunn. But I'll do a bonus rider as well, and that's Antonio Caroli. When was you born?
07.
So Stefan has retired before Billy was born. Nuts.
Let's do the lap time reveals then. Just predictions, boys. What are you thinking? It's time to beat a 138.19 from Stephen Clark.
The track's fast today. It has got good lines, so I do think we'll both beat Stephen. I felt pretty good on my lap, and I do have the advantage on a 450, but I do know Billy was riding very well, and if he didn't beat me, then it would be very close.
Yeah. Right, let's get these times in. So first up, we're going to go Billy's time, right? So this is on the recorded lap. You've got 3 chances, but 3rd lap didn't quite go your way, did it?
So this is his best lap.
This is his best lap that we recorded today. That's how this board works. Billy Askew goes straight to the top of 133.53. Bam Bam Billy Askew at the top. How does that make you feel, Tommy?
I know what we done then, but also we might not, and we shouldn't say it, but Billy recorded a faster time later on in the day.
Yeah.
But what counts is what we done for that lap alone, and I think I got the upper hand.
Tommy Searle, a 132.05.
Okay.
New lap record.
That's nice, eh? I tell you what, that'll take some beating.
Yeah, that will take some beating. As we have a new champion.
Whoa! Do I get to take this home?
New red plate. If you want to take it home, mate, you can take it home.
Look what I got there. Now, Alfie likes it when I take presents home, but I'll leave this one because I might get beaten quite soon. So I will leave it for the next rider that comes, because the lap time is there to be beaten, and I don't think it'll be too long till it gets beaten.
Right, Billy, thanks for coming on
Thank you.
the show today. Tommy, pleasure as always, mate.
And unlucky Bill,
Coming back for redemption.
just call me Daddy.
One last question for you both. If you could call someone out to come on the show, who are you calling out?
Well, I'm not going to call out Comrade Muse, because that time will probably go pretty quick. Let's see. Let's have someone that's not in motocross. Maybe Bernard
William Bolt.
Kerr. Oh, you reckon Billy Bolt?
Billy Bolt.
Bill wants Billy Bolt.
And I'm going to call someone out because in every single video, people ask for it. We need Carson Brown on the show, don't we?
Carson Brown, he's coming over for BMXDN, so that'll be your time to get him.
Definitely. Wicked.
Thanks, guys.
So we have a new name at the top of the leaderboard, but who should we invite next? Let us know who you want to see on the show in the comments down below. As always, guys, you've been watching 999 Laser. My name's Max. Until next time, I'll see you at the track.